back to a decent quality camera because Harrison's also back. So today we taught part 3 of our beginners course, and we also taught our lunchtime course. And this recap will contain the workshop we taught for the Swansea University Musicians Society Introduction to Tango, which we had on Saturday, if we can remember it. So, starting off with our third week of our beginners course. This, I should say, we also merge into our intermediate advanced class. So today we were looking at back ochos, sandwiches, barridas, and also a spiral, which we'll be looking in more detail in this Saturday's workshop, which is in Macca. So, let's start off with our back ochos. So, as a leader, we were stepping to the left and pivoting the follower by twisting our chest to the left, so our arms come with our chest. And this pivots the follower, so she's now has her back towards my left hand. I can close my feet together and change weight. And because we're in this different plane, the follower doesn't change her weight. I can now step to the left, which causes the follower to step back because my chest is moving this direction and that foot is following her chest. I can pivot her around, so she's closing her feet together, pivoting, and then I can step back the other way and pivot. And these are our basic back ochos. So as we explained, these are much harder than the forward ochos we did in the first week of this course. We then looked at putting in a sandwich. So from our back ocho, instead of transferring my weight onto my right foot, what I do is slide it and make contact with the follower's left foot. If I'm doing it on this side of her, she has her weight all on her right foot, so this left foot is free. Whenever my foot makes contact in tango, it means to the follower or a signal to stay where you are. I can then step around, so this is the sandwich. I can then step around with this foot. This foot is now in contact, so she still knows not to move. And then I can step back and around. I've got torsion built up in my chest, so I can lean her over, so we can do a parada, passada, and then we can walk out. We then took this into a Barrida, which is a sweep. So we did a simple barrida from this. So here I've got my bite. This time I'm going to step over, but I'm not going to go to the sandwich. I'm going to create space between our feet, and then I can bend my knee, straighten it, and drag her foot around. I can do as many of these as I like. So this is actually partly a calcito as well. And then I've got options to come out and take the forward in front and walk out, or I can pivot her around and then into front ocho like we've done in previous weeks. Finally, we finish off with a spiral, which is an almost unique case in tango where the follower is pivoting on both feet. So we're doing this in this Saturday's workshop. There's also a video that somebody from Cardiff shared earlier where there was a very nice example of this. So we taught a simple version of this. So I put her into this back step with the bite. And now this is where it gets probably advanced. I'm just having to adjust my follower forward just enough so her weight is now centered between both feet. I can then walk around her, and as you notice, she's now pivoting on both balls of the feet. If I keep walking around, that tension builds up in her back, and eventually she's going to have to release it, and we can take it into forward ochos. Or what we can do is, if I stay in nice and close, as that tension builds up, she can release it into a leg wrap and volcado type position. So this is, we're going to do more of this on Saturday. So that was our evening class. In our lunchtime class, we really delved down into hero technique by really concentrating on taking the feet together in the steps, stepping through and making sure you're travelling from one side of the leader to the other, no matter whether this is a clockwise hero or anti-clockwise hero. When we're doing the side step, again, we're making sure we do a full side step from one side to the other, pivoting the follower backwards, so she's making sure the feet come together and she's pivoting on the ball of the foot and then reaching around. So it was really building up the technique for this. So not much to go over in the recap video, but you get the idea of the level of in-depth technicality that we can teach to. And then on the opposite side of this, we had the Introduction to Tango Workshop, which was about getting people dancing ready for the Milonga we were running. And it obviously worked because quite a lot of those musicians then stayed for the Milonga and danced all the way through it after just an hour and a half of learning tango. So in that workshop, we started off with the embrace posture. You can look at our videos for that. Basic walk outside. And then we took them into a back layer. So we'd step into the left, pivoting the follower on our front leg, and then lifting the chest to get at this belay. Because we talked about this coming up and being safely under the hand, we do not recommend doing a low belay by sticking the leg with a stiletto, which means knife down the line of dance. So we're really insistent on getting that foot up off the ground. Then taking the back pivot to pivot her back around into a forward ocho. So do a few of these forward ochos, pivoting her around and finding blocks so we can do the barridas, the shoe shine, the passada with decorations and belayos. And then what we also did was take this into a gancho. So I was leading her to the left slightly and then taking my chest back and around to the right to get this hook. So her leg is making contact, being impeded, and the foot is going to try by the knee bending around mine, and she's not clamping on, and then walk around on this. So that was this week's classes so far. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights recap. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the logo. You can find more of our class summaries down here and other videos of us dancing tango over here. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Meetup. Links are in the description below. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter using the link below.